My fellow minds, I'm making this video today kind of in preparation for the Minds panel show tomorrow. The topic matter being, from what I can loosely remember, cryptocurrency, decentralization, and a couple other topics. Decentralization is kind of the topic that I'm clued into. I'm not much in the way of being tech savvy, so the crypto stuff is a little beyond me. And on the decentralization, I think that's key to how I'd like to see things evolve. Decentralization, divestment, and cooperatives. On decentralization, the government attempt through after extorting our labor from us, also known as taxes, centralized services such as the kindergarten through 12th grade indoctrination system, road and bridge building, the ever-present police department, fire department, the court system, the monopoly on the printing and coining of currency. Well, it's more of the Federal Reserve's monopoly. And we're seeing that in the future they're planning on centralizing also, with all you Bernie Sanders fans, secondary schooling. The healthcare was Obama Llama Ding Dong's big push and attempt, and we're seeing how well that's working out. Also, the corporatocracy is allowing other monopolies centralizing our food supply. Monsanto, Syngenta, and I assume it'll also be the energy industry soon. Well, how I see it, there's alternatives to these. As far as your basic education, up until the early 1900s, most schooling, or nearly all of schooling, education, whichever, was homeschooled. I lived in Northern California for a while, particularly around the Eureka, Humboldt County area. Rather famous, the Emerald Triangle. And up there's some people who live off the grid, and they have a system of funding their own education for their children, where their children don't go to state-run, state-funded, I hate that state-funded, it's extorted money for these education systems, indoctrination systems. What they have is, I've heard, loosely referred to as a pencil fund, where the marijuana growers would donate part of their profits either by directly funding or giving it directly to maybe a designated teacher, or buying school supplies and just donating them to the school. The fire department, well, there's been a history of fire departments as far back as I've been able to surmise or look into. The Romans were certainly famous for it, the Bucket Brigade. And today we still have volunteer fire departments. The court system, well, in the early to late 1700s in the colonies, law books, the sale of law books in the colonies outstripped the sale of law books in England. Plus, the jury system, a jury of your peers, the ability to print and coin money monopoly. Well, that kind of ties into the topic of the cryptocurrency. We also have some places engaging in local currency. I think Michigan was a place where I heard that was happening, but there's probably others. And of course, there's still, farmers markets and the barter and trade, say between neighbors and whatnot. As far as secondary schooling goes, apprenticeships in trades historically was a viable option. And as far as the food monopoly, well, grow the shit yourself, man. There's not going to be no healthier food, locally grown, and you get to control your food supply from seed to stomach. Support your local farmers market, too.